What's good, YouTube? Slender Revolution X here, coming to you guys with a video today to let you guys know that I cannot hop on this Blackwing bandwagon. I understand he top-4'd a YCS. I understand that's a big deal. I understand that that shows that the deck has potential, but potential is a very, very destructive word due to the fact that many things do not live up to their potential. To cite you guys a few examples, last year at YCS Rhode Island, Nareg Terosian topped with a zombie control type of deck that a lot of people thought were going to, explode into the mainstream meta of the game. I don't think I ever heard of that deck topping again. It takes a lot for a deck to come mainstream, and it also takes a lot for a deck to top more than once. That isn't part of the mainstream meta. You look at decks like Prophecy and Dragon Rulers, things like that. They are going to top. They're going to get their tops, but it's tough. You're starting from a tough and a big disadvantage right off the bat with a deck like Blackwings, or like a deck like at that point Zombie, whatever it was. But he managed to top 4. People thought that was going to explode, and I think the biggest example that it shows a lot of people is when Jeff Jones topped with the Psychic Grand Soil deck. A lot of people thought that was going to be huge and that the innovation there was insane, and it was. Jeff Jones was said after the event that he's never running that deck again. A lot of people thought that was going to be big, and you really didn't see it top much after that anyway. Maybe a couple regionals, things like that. But you didn't see it top any big events after that. So I just wanted to address the whole top 4 of the YCS Toronto. And it's a beginning of a new format. Very strange things I think we're going to start to see topping due to the fact that it's a slower format, a more controlled format. So you're going to start to see its and bits of little different types of decks topping. I know this past weekend a Mist Valley Ninjas deck won top 4 at a regional in Ecuador or something like that, I think. So you're going to start seeing weird things because it is the beginning of the format. The meta is building itself. We're starting to see what is going to be the best deck of the format, what's not going to work in this format. And I think it's safe to say that we are seeing Dragon Ruler Plants kind of emerge as one of the better decks of the format. But back to the conversation at hand. I really can't jump on this bandwagon. It's one person topping a YCS. You look at the 2 examples I've stated beforehand. You don't really see those decks top outside of those people. So I can't jump on this bandwagon. It's really tough, and my main reason why is I think Blackwings you can side against way too easily. Like, you can lose games 2 and 3 so fast to a few different cards. One of which being Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. Back in the day, this is one of the most heavily sided cards in the game a couple formats ago, and now I think you're going to start to see it come back due to the popularity of Blackwings. Another card is Deck Devi. There's a lot of low attack monsters in that deck. Kalut being the biggest hit. If you get Deck Devi'd with 2 or 3 Kaluts in your hand, you're just minus, like, insane amounts. So that's really hard. And another one is Vanity's Emptiness. One of the biggest thing about that deck is being able to special summon. And if you can't do that, it kind of hinders the deck a lot. So those 3 cards alone, which are sided a lot, and we do see in the sideboard, it's not like it's like an outstretched card, like something ridiculous that we've put in just for Blackwings. But it's a very useful, these are all very useful cards in your sideboard. So that's one of the reasons I think it's going to be tough for this deck to top again. I think we will see it due to the fact that it is popular. It's a nostalgic deck. I know a lot of people running it strictly because they've ran it in the past, and yeah, it's one of the great archetypes of Yu-Gi-Oh that we've seen. So I think we'll see a lot of the decks. I just can't personally hop on that bandwagon. I can't jump on that train. I think granted they are a consistent deck. It's too easily sided against, so that's the reason I can't jump on the bandwagon. But with all of this negative stuff, I do want to point out some of the positives to Blackwings to my viewers and to you guys. Kalut is an amazing card. The fact that that's at 3, that gives Blackwings one of its big pushes to be able to be competitive, to be able to do things like it did in this past YCS. So Kalut, having, even just the fear of your opponent may have that Kalut. It's really tough on a person. You can really get in somebody's head with those Kaluts. Another great thing about this deck is searchability. With Black Whirlwind at 3 being the card that, sparked its, interest again this past ban list, for them to come back and do things competitively again, they have that at 3, which is an amazing card on its own, but with duality also going to 3, the ability to search in that deck is insane. And I think that adds to its consistency. It adds to its ability to keep field advantage with things like Kalut. And last but not least, the biggest thing I can think of in this deck is the fact that Icarus Attack is a card. It's chainable, destroys 2 of your opponent's cards, and it's another card that you have to always think your opponent has. Because if you don't, if you overcommit, that card's going to punish you. So, as you guys can see, I am naming the advantages and disadvantages of the deck. I do not dislike the deck, don't get me wrong there. I had it built for a while, honestly, I think it's too easy to side against, like I said. But, you know, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you think about this Blackwing deck. Let me know what you think about this past YCS. And if you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out. And as always, guys, this is Slender Revolution X signing out, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy.